Hey guys, well, as promised, here is the aftermath video to the Mercury. Now I need to apologize. Last year, as soon as the Derby was over, my school semester was really starting to pick up. It was my final one at college, so I had to do what was more important, which was the schoolwork. So unfortunately I didn't get around to filming this video before we put the cars away for the winter. But here you go, it's now May, and we're getting ready to start working on these things for the 2012 Derby season. So hopefully we'll have some good things in store. We're going to be trying to use up these cards we have sitting around here and hopefully get multiple runs out of them, get some money, some trophies, and then just overall have a good season. So here's the Mercury. Quite a bit of mud on it still, even though I've already washed it, which you wouldn't believe. But first initial thing is that the passenger side wheel right here is starting to get pushed back. The whole frame itself is actually starting to fold a little bit right up by the firewall. Not too surprising for these types of cars, but you know, it's still a problem just the same. The bumper shocks here for some reason broke. I had them welded solid, but you know, you get a couple good hits and then they just snap the welds right off. Couldn't believe it. But either way, those will need to get pushed back in. The bumper itself, though, is still pretty straight. The skin over there got peeled back, but the bumper itself is still solid as a rock. So that's good. Front core support here has been pushed in, so that'll need pulled back out and bolted solid. Engine is still there. I haven't tried starting it up since it's been sitting all winter, but it was covered up and winterized, so hopefully it'll run for me again. Keep walking around here. Not a whole lot to write home about on the driver's side. The plate on the driver's door, which we're allowed, did its job and held up really good. It got pushed in a little bit at the bottom. A better shot. It got pushed in, but that's no big deal. Pretty easy to fix. Not a whole lot of damage on the driver's side. The back end here is actually starting to tuck in pretty nicely, I have to admit. The bumper got a nice kink in the middle, but it is starting to push in and compress right towards the back end here. Get another view down lower. Window bar still nice and straight, did its job. This back side, this corner here, hasn't even hardly started to push in at all. It's still straight to the way it was when I started, so that's a good sign. Hopefully I can get it pulled up and start bending in along with the other side here and get it all tucking in real nice. I'm also going to turn the trunk inside out. It's per our rules, we weren't allowed to do a valley in the middle, and so that's why it was left stock formation, as you can see how it is now. But now that it's pre-run, I can get away with doing a V. So that's what I plan on doing the V, wiring the back end nice and solid again. Again, the back door here, the frame, as you can see, is starting to kink a little bit right behind the where the passenger seat would be. So that's going to be an item of concern to try to address and see what we can do to keep that from continuing. The body panel there has been pushed in quite a bit, so it looks a little more drastic than it actually is. And overall, this car fared pretty well. As some of you guys remember, we do have video of this running in the heat, and unfortunately, right after I drove out on the track, I almost entirely lost drive. Any forward gears. I tried just regular drive, 1, 2, and 3, and nothing was working. I found it twice. I did find drive twice, but for the most part it would not engage at all. All I had was reverse, so I could only do so much. So I would back up, hit someone, wait for a couple good hits to turn me around, and then I'd go and do it again. So that's pretty much why, you know, there's times when I would just sit there. Well, that's because I couldn't do anything other than just go backwards. I'd try to go forward and kept trying, but had nothing. So I guess the transmission itself had been sitting for a better part of a year, and it seemed good, it looked good, but apparently it wasn't good. And the motor I put in it came out of my pulling tractor, which has quite a bit more horsepower than what a stock engine that was in this car would have. So all things combined, I lost the transmission. It's just the way it goes. Sometimes it's the little things, sometimes it's the big things. So this time it was a transmission. But I do have another one that I know works and is good, so we're going to put that in this car and we should be good to go. Keep walking around here trying to think of anything else. Kind of looking the inside, not a whole lot to write home about, just the normal mud and everything else all these people deal with. Put some extra foam there because of where the shifter's located. Occasionally you could get hit and you might actually punch your bar there. That's happened to me before. I had a busted up wrist a little bit and wanted to make sure that doesn't happen again, so I just put a little foam there and problem solved. See if maybe we can get a view in here of the frame. I don't know how well this is going to show up on the video. It's probably going to be too dark, but it's bending a little bit in there, way back in there. So it's pushing back ever so slightly. So we're going to have to get that fixed in order to get this thing to run again, but just more precautionary than anything. And lots of dirt and mud. It was a rainy day when we ran these, so everything was just a muddy mess, just the way it goes. So there you go, guys. Here's the aftermath video of the Mercury. The plan this year is to fix it up and run it again. I know of at least one event, if not two, that I'd like to run this car at. Right now I'm currently looking at the Allen County Fair in Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's where I'm working, and that's where I would like to be able to run this car for the local crowd. So I'm hoping to get this thing fixed up once they release the rules to run it there. And if there's any car left, or if I can't run it there, I will be running this again out at Williams County. Oh, nope, I'm sorry, not Williams County, but Fulton County out in Wauseon, Ohio. The Imperial that we have, I plan on running that either at Allen County, if this car isn't going to be able to run there, or at Williams County in Ohio, in Montpelier, Ohio. That's a big derby, there's a lot of money there, and I'd like to be able to take the Imperial out and run it again. I had some really bad luck with it the last time. I know you guys gave me some bad rap about it, but you know, stuff happens, and I can only do so much in the driver's seat. When a car gets up into my trunk, you know, there's not much I can do to other than just go forward and back. Just the way it goes, you know, you got to go with what you're dealt. So sorry if it wasn't what you guys wanted, but you know, there it is. So here's the Mercury. We look forward to having a good season, and keep checking in for updates. So until the next video, I'll talk to you later, guys.